Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by, coming at you this time for hopefully a relatively quick video. Once again, it's a Friday the 13th related topic. It's basically a topic about how, some events happened, or some news was happened recently within the last several weeks, or several, we'll just say the past several weeks or so, that makes a person think that a possible Friday Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D, actual 3D Blu-ray, might be closer than we think. This is just, it should be said that this video is purely speculation. I have got no inside information or inside anything. It's just my own kind of hopes and or hope slash speculation, just based on things that are happening out there in the world, and particularly in the Scream Shout Factory slash Scream Factory front. As we all know, a lot of titles were just within the past week or so revealed, Scream Factory titles, and several of them, two at least, maybe more, I don't know, are Paramount titles. The creature feature, the monster movie, The Prophecy from 1979, I believe, and Pet Sematary 2 are going to be, among others, I don't know if any of the other ones are Paramount movies, are going to get Scream Factory Blu-ray treatment within the coming months or whatever. And that opened up a lot of questions for me. And I saw some comments, I don't know if anyone really talked about Friday Part 3, but I know that for me, maybe some comments mentioned, oh, now that they're getting Paramount movies, maybe they can do this or that. But the first thing I thought of, particularly because this company is the company that brought us one of my most anticipated 3D Blu-ray movies ever, which was Amityville 3D. So when I saw that comment regarding other Paramount movies, it just occurred to me, oh my God, Paramount and Scream Factory, that could mean, obviously rights and stuff, just because they're putting out Paramount movies doesn't mean they've, rights for Friday 13th movies or, any more, whatever, any more close to being gotten or whatever. But it's just speculation. It's just fan speculation. For me, Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D is my just most all-time heavily, just my dream Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray. And when I say 3D Blu-ray, I mean, years ago in 2010 or whatever, when, 3D TVs were all the rage and 3D Blu-ray players and stuff. I mean actual 3D, not your stupid anaglyph, blue, red, paper glasses. I'm talking about real 3D, like Blu-ray 3D. And, we've got, my three most heavily wanted movies were Jaws 3D, not in this order, well, I'll do it in the right order, Friday the 13th Part 3 3D, Jaws 3D, and Amityville 3D. And luckily we've actually got Jaws 3D and Amityville 3D on official Blu-ray 3D, and of course that leaves the one the 3D Blu-ray I want, more than any other 3D Blu-ray ever, left to be put out. And obviously because of whatever, just rights issues and all that, in particular with this ongoing just fiasco Friday the 13th legal shit, I don't know if that tangles stuff up more than it would normally be or whatever regarding a Blu-ray 3D of Friday the 13th Part 3, but this video has probably gone on, as always, longer than I intended. But I think I'll just wrap up by simply saying that could this news that we're getting now that Scream Factory is actually putting out some Paramount movies on their collector, their Blu-ray collector edition releases, could this potentially mean we're a step closer to getting a Friday the 13th Part 3 Blu-ray? And not only that, then I was thinking, well, let's face it, the Paramount, although we have been given special features and stuff, Paramount really doesn't care, Paramount and or Warner Brothers, whoever happens to be putting, Blu-rays out at the time, really doesn't care about this franchise. So it'd be really kind of cool to actually have them, while we're at it, have Scream Factory do, really cool special edition, collector's editions of, hell, the first 7 movies for all I care. and you know, it would offer us purists an opportunity to actually have like a Blu-ray of Final Chapter with the original mono soundtrack. And you know, a plethora of maybe new features or whatever and this and that, but that's just something just a speculatory video, something that, you know, when I saw that comment regarding, you know, oh, now that they got Paramount movies, maybe they could get this or that, and I just, like, as I said, the first thing that popped into my mind was Friday Part 3 in 3D, and having, you know, them already been a savior and putting out, you know, Amityville 3D on Blu-ray 3D. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So once again, I mean, this is just speculatoriness from me. It's nothing, you know, who knows, maybe it'll just never happen, maybe it's, if it does, maybe it's super far off, I don't know, but all I know is, you know, whenever I look at bits and pieces of Friday 3 with the anaglyph glasses in 3D, it's just like, sometimes I watch the end or just whatever, you know, you glance at certain parts of the movie and it's just like, I mean, I'm really grateful that at least we got that. I mean, for me, back in '09 when the 3D version with the red and green blue glasses, whatever, came out, I mean, that was huge. So I'm glad we at least have that, because at least we've got the opportunity to get the general idea of what Friday 3 is like in 3D, but I mean, there's no way in hell I could ever watch the whole movie like at a time like that. There's just no way. I mean, you pretty much just have to watch one scene and go away and come back and watch another scene or whatever, but I am grateful for the, you know, the half-assed 3D we did get about 10 years ago or so. Actually, it is like exactly 10 years ago of Friday 3. So feel free to chime in the comments if you feel so inclined to do so. Like, do you think that now that Scream Factory is actually putting out some Paramount titles, do you think we are closer to possibly an actual Blu-ray 3D of Friday the 13th Part 3? I sure as hell hope so. I mean, I know that, you know, the franchise is probably, like I say, in particular with the legal bullshit that's going on with it, maybe it's tied up more tightly than a title like Prophecy or, you know, Pet Sematary 2 or whatever. And I will say, being a fan of Pet Sematary 2, liking it much more than the first one, that's kind of exciting news that that's actually going to get a Blu-ray as well. And I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Prophecy as well, so I might pick that up. But you know, the monster movie from '79. So gosh, you know, please let it happen at some point. Freaking Blu-ray 3D of Friday 13th Part 3. But as always, I think this video went on probably longer than I intended. But can you blame me? I mean, that's kind of what happens when you're a huge movie fanatic. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.